Yo, what up? It's your boy Chad, back with another video, back on Angel Time. And when I first asked if you guys to hit the like button on the way into the video, it doesn't cost you a thing, but it means everything to me. And if you guys are liking the content, subscribe to the tribe. All right, so let's get if you guys look at the title of the video, I named it Christianity Slogans Exposed. Christianity Slogans Exposed. And as you guys know, once you come into the truth, you're going to start to learn about all the lies you've been told about Jesus, about God, about the Bible, everything. And once you stop living in sin and you start to live on a righteous path, like, you're going to be dealt with people that are still in their sin, and they're going to try to use scriptures to try to justify for their sins. So I came up with a list of misquoted scriptures that's been added to or taken away from, slogans, mottos, catchphrases that some of these people use in order to justify for their sins. So I came up with 5. So let's get it. So number 1, and this is what you're going to hear a lot as a Christian. Number 1, God says don't judge, or only God can judge me. So let's get the scripture out. I'm here in Matthew 7:1, and it says, "Judge not, that ye be not judged." So that's where these Christianity people stop at. They'll stop right there at Matthew 7:1. But I'm going to read the whole scripture in its entirety so you guys can get the concept of everything that's being said. So again, "Judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye mete, it shall be measured to you again. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but not considereth the beam that is in thy own eye? Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, Let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thy own eye? Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thy own eye, and then thou shalt see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye." So Jesus is not telling you not to judge. He's telling you don't be a hypocrite when you judge. If you're going to judge, you have to first be on your grind. Like, you cannot be out here being a hypocritical judge. As we say in the community, you can't be a pot calling the kettle black. So that is basically what Jesus is saying in that scripture. Cast out the beam that is in your eye before you are able to cast out the mote that is in your brother's eye. So myself, I made several videos about semen retention and how I got in control over my sexual desires. So I cast out the beam that was in my eye. So now I'm able to teach you guys on SR and all that type of stuff and getting control over your sexual desires. So I stopped my sin. So now I'm able to teach you guys to stop your sin. I cannot make these semen retention videos if I was still out there fapping, fornicating, committing adultery, and doing all that type of stuff. So that is basically what Jesus is saying. Make sure you got your ducks in a row first before you're going to judge somebody else. And in the book of Ezekiel, God says, if I have instructed you to go out and preach and tell people to stop sinning, and you don't do that, their blood will be on your hands during judgment day. So the scriptures also say that do not fear the man that can kill the body. Fear the man that can kill the body and send your soul to hell. So I fear God more than I fear any man. So I'm going to do exactly what the Father tells me to do. If the Father puts it in my heart to tell somebody to stop sinning, then I'm going to do that. I'm not scared about your judgment. I'm scared about God's judgment. So like I said, in the Bible, it does not say not to judge. It just says to make sure that you have your stuff together before you can judge. So I just want to clear that up right there. It never says not to judge. So now let's get to number 2. Number 2, come as you are. And yes, we've all came to God. We was all sinners when we came to God. I came to God. I was a fornicator. I was a masturbator. I was an adulterer. I was a liar. I was a thief. Paul said I was the chief of sinners. I was the chief of sinners also. Like, I was doing all these sins before I came to God. But come as you are doesn't mean stay as you are. Once you come into the truth, once you start reading the Bible, you cannot be partaking in the same sins that you were doing in your prior life. And that's another thing what people do. They always say, come as you are, come as you are, come as you are. But come as you are does not mean stay as you are. You're not supposed to be doing the same things that you did before. In fact, once you come into the truth, matter of fact, once you read the first four books of the Bible, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, and Deuteronomy, those are the law right there. Especially Exodus, Deuteronomy, and Leviticus. Those are the law right there. So once you come into the truth, you're not, and you learn the law, you're not supposed to be doing that. So for the people that always try to say, come as you are, when they try to justify for their sin, no, come as you are does not mean stay as you are. I came a sinner, and then now I'm not a sinner. Well, you guys know what I'm trying to say, because anybody that says they're without sin is a liar. But I'm not willfully sinning no more. Once I learned the truth, I cannot be doing that. So that was number 2, where people say come as you are. Come as you are does not mean stay as you are. So that was number 2. Number 3, we are all children of God. And yes, in a perfect world, yes, as an empath myself, yes, I want to believe that everybody is a child of God. But believing in God means that you believe in Satan also. So if you believe that God has his children, you have to believe that Satan has his children also. They call it the seed of Cain, or they call it the serpent seed, or whatever like that. So you have to believe that everybody that you see nowadays are not children of God. Like, God has his people to do his will. Satan has his people to do his will also. It's like, you have people out there who are atheists. You have your people out there that are full-blown Satanists that pretty much worship and hail Satan every single day. Like, they do these sacrifices, they do all these, like, all that stuff, all the sacrifices, all that, like, they do all that. So like I said, everybody that you see nowadays is not a child of God. Jesus said his sheep hear his voice. So people like myself who had like a infatuation with God all his life, or who heard the word and like it just fascinated me. People like myself, we hear the voice of Jesus because we know Jesus exists. We know God exists. We know that there is a God, is a creator of the world, is a creator of all things. But there are people out there that don't believe in God. I actually had a guy in the comment section say God was a man-made ideology, like God is man-made. So is he a child of God if he's saying that type of stuff? Don't get me wrong, anybody can be saved. Like, he can be saved if he wanted to. But again, Jesus says, my sheep hear my voice. So not everybody is going to be saved. Not everybody believes in God. Everybody is not a child of God. Satan has his people, God has his people. So that was number 3 right there. We are all not children of God. And number 4, Jesus made all food clean. And what people do to try to justify them for eating the pork, shrimp, lobster, crab, and all the abominable foods is the scripture where Jesus says it doesn't matter the food that you eat, but it matters by your actions and what's in your heart. Like, what does your heart tell you to do? If your heart, he basically says the food that you eat doesn't make you unclean. It's what you do makes you clean. But that does not mean that you can eat the abominable foods. He's just basically saying that it's not the food alone that makes you unclean. It's your actions that make you unclean. So again, Jesus never tells you to eat the abominable foods. So again, like I said, I wanted to make that clear. Jesus never says to eat the abominable foods. All he says is the foods don't make you unclean. It's your actions that make you unclean. And he doesn't tell you to eat the abominable food. So that was number 4 right there. And wrapping it up with number 5, and that is the Sabbath is on Sunday. And I already have a video about the Sabbath. I'll leave up for you guys to see, but I'm gonna just give y'all a quick breakdown. So people are gonna say the Sabbath is on Sunday, and no, the Sabbath is not Sunday. God said the Sabbath is on the 7th day of the week, which is Saturday. And he also says, I made the 7th day holy. So the 7th day of the week, which is Saturday, is God's holy day. the first day of the week is Sunday. So I just want to clear that up. Saturday is the 7th day of the week. The first day of the week is Sunday. What we have been told is the first day of the week is Monday. So no, the first day of the week is Saturday, not Sunday. So wanted to clear that up. And then the next thing is the Sabbath can be any day of the week. No, God rested on the 7th day of the week, which was Saturday. The 7th day of the week, which was Saturday. So God didn't say any day out of the week I rested. He said, I made the 7th day holy and I rested on the 7th day. So the Sabbath cannot be any day of the week you want it to be, because God said it was the 7th day he rested. So, and then lastly, Jesus is the Sabbath. And again, Jesus says that I'm the Sabbath, I'm the Lord of the Sabbath. Jesus also says that he made the man for the Sabbath and not the Sabbath for the man. And what Jesus says is, I've come not to break the law, but I've come to fulfill. If you break one of the least of the laws, or one of the least commandments, or teach others to break one of these laws or commandments, you shall be least in the kingdom of heaven. So again, Jesus doesn't tell you that believing in him makes you not have to follow the Sabbath. Again, Jesus said he has not come to break the laws of the commandments. He came to fulfill. So the commandment, your 4th commandment, is to follow the Sabbath and keep it holy. So again, Jesus never tells you not to follow the Sabbath. So that wraps it up with the video right there. Those are the 5 biggest slogans, mottos, catchphrases, whatever you want to call it, that these people nowadays use to justify their sins. So you guys let me know in the comment section if I forgot anything, or just something you guys have heard in your life, and let me know in the comment section. So first, get right with the Most High, then get on Angel Time.